Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Talking Horses. Greg Wolf is back from California.
Went to Del Mar. I could hear the cheering from the Breeders' Cup while I was at the beach.
While you're at the beach,
Yeah.
nice to be at the beach. Beach is not a bad place.
It was fantastic. Yeah, kids' first time in California, had a great trip, and realized I do miss it out there. It's very nice.
California's nice. But I don't think your wife's going to let you move back there, though. I'm not going to let you move back
She
there.
loved it too. No, we love New York.
Yes, don't leave.
We're not going anywhere.
All right. Well, we've got 9 to talk about. We added a card, by the way, next Wednesday to make up for the cards that we lost. We had a few races, race today, race tomorrow. I think, so adding some races, but also adding that card next Wednesday. We've got a 9-race card today, a fun card, actually. Talk about it's the opening. We're now at Aqueduct. You no longer have to say Belmont the Big A.
I know, that's going to get me on the show, so keep me in check.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep you in check. It's a better chance that you would know than me. Head over to Naira Bets. Use the promo code BONUS200. We'll match with $200 of your initial deposit. Go to NairaBets.com. If you're not a member, we've got other stuff, Eddie, right? We got a Friday feeder contest. These slates are really sexied up for the new Aqueduct meeting. We got the new Talking Horses slates.
Can I don't want to be picky.
Yeah.
Is it okay if the different fonts on Friday and feeder contests, it's a lot.
You think so?
It's kind of throwing me off.
Okay. All right. Well,
But it's nice. I like that they're trying something
$300
different.
Saturday. Yep. It's if you want to try to play the Saturday
be
without
critical.
doing it, that's fine. Head over to NairaBets.com/contest for more information. We've got a $15 bonus, 75 more at Aqueduct and Churchill. Of course, Churchill's got another few weeks to go in their meet. We've got 12 to 4:30. 12 to 4. It's getting dark like 10:05. It's very depressing. It's the worst thing to change the clocks, man. I hate that. All right, race number 1, Power Seeker. Be interesting to see how they bet race number 1.
And this is so much the horse to be.
Well,
right?
we'll go back to a year ago, August 2nd. This was 2024. Yeah, but how do you trust this horse? And this is it's a little tough, right?
Yes, but
What are you doing up in Woodbine with this
two
horse, by
starts
the way?
since April. 3 starts since August of last year. But the last time on dirt, and it was a race out of this, had to face Star of Wonder, was third in the Pimlico Special behind Awesome Aaron, Phileas Fogg. Just who this horse has been facing. This horse could probably win this race if he's a fraction of himself in his sleep.
I agree, but like you,
I didn't pick him.
I didn't put him on top. I put this horse on top. We'll look at best bet 2 races ago, wiring the field, and I even thought he ran pretty well last time, all things considered. And I don't know, he seems like he's in good form, and I'll take him to wire the field, and you do the same thing.
I think this is, for me, one of the most interesting mounts for any jockey on the entire card. So Eric Cancel, he's got, I think, a real high wire act that he has to balance today, because if this horse goes sub 23, he can't win. He has to go slower than that. Every time he's gone slower than that, or faster than that, I should say, for the opening quarter, he's lost. So can he slow it down a little bit? He went too fast last start. It didn't work out. Start before that, he got to go very slow. And I think he got a huge assist with the 7 coming out, because I thought the 7 was going to show speed. So we'll see if he can dole out these fractions and get it done, but he's going to have to be a little wary of how he does it, I think.
Okay, I don't agree. I think you have to be careful, because his win 2 back was around the mile shoot at Saratoga. You're never going to see a sub 23 quarter. Never.
Yeah,
ever.
but you go back through all of his races.
I know. I see what you're saying. I was looking while you were talking. I was listening and looking. I don't know. I don't know. That's going to be a function of how the track is playing a little bit too. And I don't want Eric to take a hold of this horse. I don't want Power
No, he's
Seeker
gotta be in
sitting
front.
down. He's got to let him roll a little bit. So I don't know. The other thing is that, one thing I'll say, Ricardo Santana, since he's been riding Brew Pub, he's done a good job of getting him more in the game. And I think that has helped him a little bit, a horse that does not like to win. But I think Ricardo has done well in getting him a little bit more involved. So I think he'll be a little bit closer. Obviously, the 2's supposed to be in front. I don't like Brew Pub because he doesn't really win, but I feel like Ricardo's kind of given him his best chance by getting him a little closer, not become as pace dependent.
Okay.
I don't trust the 2 to wire the field, but I didn't want to pick the 4. I was the same as you, and I didn't see anybody else. Race number 2, the Tempted. This is brought back from last Friday, I want to say. And I think it's a similar field. I didn't do a lot of looking at that card. We'll take a look at C. Kane, who you have third, I have on top. We kind of flip-flopped our first and third picks. I don't know, back in August, this horse ran a pretty fast figure. I realized that seemed to have, sort of disappeared for a little while. It's not like the training was significantly interrupted, though. Maybe a little bit of a break, but shipped up to Saratoga actually to train a couple times. I thought this horse was pretty impressive. Is she as fast, though, as the horse outside of her? Is one of the questions. You obviously prefer the horse outside of her.
I think I have Seacane fourth, by the way. I think she's faster. I don't think she's.
You have her third.
Oh, third. That's weird. Okay.
You want to flip them? You want to make it 5-2, 3-4?
I'll keep it as is. Whatever.
What did you not like
I think
about this
Seacane
race?
will be in front. I just a debut effort at Gulfstream on a track where speed is a commodity.
Speed did win 3 of the 4 dirt races that day, including this race.
I'm not going
I
to hold
agree.
that in very high regard. I want to see her do it outside of Florida. I like Believable's effort quite a bit.
Here's Believable's last race. She's a head bob away from being a maiden, though. She did beat a horse that came back here and won Sunday with a very similar fig.
Yeah. Look, and may need to prove, I think it's going to need to prove could do it without the lead, but more ground, I think, is going to be this one's friend. Curlin out of a Tapit mare that was an expensive $800,000 purchase. I always give extra credit when you can win it a mile first time out. I think she's going to get so much out of this race. And she showed some grit and determination to hold off this horse who was coming at her, who was a third, came back and won as a third-time starter for Chad Brown. But the dam also produced Tenfold, who won the Jim Dandy, won the first 2 starts of the career, was third in the Preakness. This horse could wind up being pretty good.
Yeah, that was some head bob this horse won. Because even watching the replay then, I can't believe that the horse actually won the race. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to see it again. But listen, Concurrently ran very well to win on Sunday because she took all the heat in a race that fell apart and held off the closer coming pretty well. I don't think Schilling's impossible. The horse we both have second, who won last time for Ken McPeak. I don't know if she comes back and runs that race, but I thought her last race was okay. So maybe there's a bit of a bias in her favor, mildly.
Okay. Fastest race, thoroughgraph-wise, of anyone in the field.
Okay. Beyer has it actually as the fastest race too, but not by a lot, but a little bit. In Time from US, same thing, just a little bit faster than the other two. I'm
and
not
the way
against
he's
that
going.
horse.
I mean,
I think it quieted down the barn a little bit, but Kenny's obviously had overall a pretty good year.
yes.
So. All right, see what happens in the Tempted. Race number 3, going 6.5 furlongs. We'll take a look at Red Velvet Cake. We have both picked against her. I have no argument that she is. I don't think you can make a coherent argument that if she runs back to this race, she's probably going to win this race. I just am a little bit concerned about a first-time star that was cranked up to win first time, coming back and running as well the second time, and that's why I picked against her. But she's the horse to beat.
I agree with every single thing you said. And she's quick early, but I think the horse I put on top is a major problem for her.
She's the other speed.
Time form has the 8 in front. I think the 5 will be in front.
Okay.
The 5 has turf sprint speed. We just saw Bullet quickest at 63 in the morning drill prepping for this. I don't know, but I'm assuming it was with the equipment change blinkers off. They want to go with this filly and try and wire this field, I believe.
Okay.
And she is inherently, I think, quicker.
She's quick. I didn't think there was as big a difference between them as Time From US did, but I usually just sort of defer to their concept of where the pace is going to come. I don't have any problem with her. I think she makes sense. There are 2 horses that I want to use in this race. One of them is the number 9 Rare Society, who's not going to be 20 to 1. I know she's taken no money in her races, and maybe that's why she's 20 to 1 and she hasn't done much running. These kind of Linda Rice horses are horses I've made money with in the past, First time out, this horse did not run particularly well. Was on the rail, didn't do a lot of running. Linda comes off the layoff and runs in the turf. It feels like a prep to get back in here. This is a horse that has much more dirt prep. More dirt pedigree to go. So I thought maybe today was the day to take a shot. So I'm going to take a shot. The Rare Society runs a lot better, obviously. And the other thing is, Linda doesn't drop this horse. They could drop this horse. I don't think Barry Schwartz needs a lot more brood mares. They could drop this horse if they wanted to. And they're not dropping, which I thought was interesting in here. The other horse I think is really dangerous is the horse that you have third, and that's the one, Red Boots.
Yeah.
Feel like we've seen Chris Englehart use a turf race as a prep. The horse ran fine. It's really more of a dirt pedigree than it is turf. I think both of them, but I think there's plenty of dirt.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's one who could certainly step.
I wish the horse didn't look as good as it did in the turf.
Yeah.
I wish the horse would run 6 in the turf. It wouldn't take any money because of the turf race.
There's a chance. I mean, Red Velvet Cake could wind up being 4-5 in here?
She's going to be a very heavy favorite in here, and I want to take a shot against her. So I'm going to use the 1 and 9 as my 2 horses, and I certainly agree that your 5 is a little bit interesting in there as well. We done?
Yep.
Pick 6 starts in race number 4. Race number 4. Let's start with the replay, which involves Cable Ready and Ramblin' Wreck. I needed them to run 1-2, and particularly needed Cable Ready to win this race. I was surprised. Sounds like a plan. Got away with such a tepid pace, given there was no speed in there. This horse ran well. I just feel like last time was the time, but I have no knock on this horse.
I feel like Cable Ready is at. We're talking about Cable Ready.
Yep.
Yeah, this Gray here finishing second. I feel like towards this end of his 4-year-old campaign, he's actually coming into the best form of his career. Sounds like a plan. Maybe a little fortune there, but came back, was 3rd in the Mohawk. Slap in the face, won that race. So this horse was only beaten 3/4 to like 2 before. I think it's a pretty talented horse for Tony Dutrow. And the figures from this horse the last 2 starts, his paired up numbers, and I just think he's going to take a move forward this afternoon. Jose Lezcano, I'm not worried about the outside post with him at all. And there is a little bit of run to that first turn. And I just think he has the fastest races, and he's going the right way coming in.
I don't have an argument with him, except that I used him last time at 3 times the price he's going to be today. So I went against him, but he's obviously a very logical horse near. I like the horse you have second, the number 3, who I'm just hoping can wire the field. Thought ran very well, wired the field. Saratoga with some give in the ground. Came back, got caught into a much more contested pace. I know the 6 Conman sat outside him that day. I don't think the same Conman is existing now that ran last time. I know the Conman was wide last time. I get it. Arguably a tougher field last time out. I just don't trust this horse. Not a barn that's had a lot of success claiming on the turf, other than, of course, the big horse in general. But I don't know. I don't really trust Conman, and I'm going to try to wire the field with a 3.
And he should get a pretty easy pace in here, shouldn't he?
He's supposed to be the main speed in this race.
But there's, I mean...
He is, and he's been kind of forced a little bit in his last couple of races, and he's back to the turf, where I think he belongs, and I just think he makes a lot of sense in this race as a potential speed.
It seems like he'll get to go a lot slower than he did when he backed up his last time on the grass.
Yeah, and I thought if it got hotter, I'd want Rambling Wreck a little bit, who I thought ran okay last time despite the pace and is kind of coming around a little bit. So they were the ones I wanted to go with. I don't want any part of Alan Turing, the 5, who Dave's got 8-1. I'm assuming David made this line. I don't know that he's going to be 8-1 in here because he's got a big figure last time, and I wonder sometimes if the bettors pay as much attention to distance as they should. He has clearly dramatically improved as a turf sprinter.
He has. He's a tough read. He's a tough read. It wouldn't shock me seeing him step up and run a big one, but yeah, because as you said, I mean, those last couple of figures, especially that last one, makes him a major player in here. But stretching back out, is he that same horse? I don't know the answer to that question.
I lost enough money on him in distance races. If suddenly he just became a different horse, once I stopped betting him, fine, but I can't bet him off of races and sprints. That was an interesting race. See what happens in race number 4. Take a break after race 5. Race 5, I don't want any part of this horse. The morning line second choice sequential will show him finishing second. I don't like this horse. He wins, I lose. I don't think he's ever run particularly well. I thought he was second by default last time out, and he's going to take a lot of money in this race, and I want no part of him. I won't be surprised if he's favored in here. I guess Flavio will probably be favored.
He, to me, is I don't like him either. I have him second, but I'm going to try and beat him. He's the better play to me than the 5, I think, but...
I prefer the 5.
From the
Why do
same
you like
barn.
him more? The 5 was awful last time. I don't disagree.
I don't like sequential either. Having said that, I know I have him second in here. I don't think this race is very. It's a bottom level maiden 20 search for form kind of race. But to me too, it was a suck up second in a race that was where he maybe even ran better because he moved up on a wet track. His fast track efforts, I know against better, did not run at all in those races.
I don't disagree. I'm not a fan of that horse. And I have the 5 second because it seems like some of these horses run better for Linda. This horse was atrocious last time and literally on paper couldn't lose the race. And was
1 to 5.
Absolutely atrocious. Yeah. Never ran a step. I don't know what to do. We've both gone to the 1 Grand Commander. I'll let you talk about him.
Yeah, so look, this horse went a mile on the grass last time out. He's been off for a while. We haven't seen him since May. His first, not just his first start, his first 2 starts on dirt.
Will win here.
Will absolutely win this field. He ran huge in the debut back in January. missed by a nose. He was on the lead early. He's got pace coming in fresh. I think with a good chance we see him out in the front as well. I know Seeker's Hope has turf
Got
sprint
to
speed
go.
as well.
Lane
but
has got to go.
Please
Just
go.
There's no chance if he doesn't go.
And I felt his second start too was sneaky. I mean, Colloquial 1/900. Talk about a loaded race. Those are two monster
finished ahead
horses.
of 1/900 in his debut.
Yeah. And Colloquial, we thought at the time, was turning into maybe one of the best sprinters in the country.
Even his third race wasn't that bad, frankly. Yeah, I agree. Just go. I want the drop down in here.
Yeah.
It's very simple for me. If he can't run anymore, he can't run, I'll lose. But he's who I want
that
in
might
this
be the
race.
case, but-
Yeah, it's possible. I don't want any of the others. This is the only horse in this race I can bet on. May not win, but I
Yeah.
can't bet anybody else in here. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with the Chelsea Flower, who is the answer to the question, what horse did Nick Zito win a Grade 1 race in the turf with? She won the Flower Bowl for Nick.
Did not know that.
That's the Chelsea Flower trivia for today. We'll be right back.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing. Get expert picks. Boost your bankroll with weekly promotions and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your $200 deposit match bonus. You bet with Naira Bets.
Welcome back to Talking Horses. Greg and Andy, race number 6, the Chelsea Flower. I think Jose Martin trained her at first. I don't know if Carlos trained her at any point, but I know that Nick won the Flower Bowl with her. I want to say Channing Hill rode her. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was that. So let's look at Deep Learning and Fedoro. You're trying to beat both of them. Wow. You are against the Miss Grillo horses. I will say one thing. Ricardo gave Deep Learning an absolutely picture-perfect ride in here, and she was simply second best. Now, the winner of this race came back and ran okay in the Breeders' Cup, right? Didn't she? Or did I have it wrong?
Yes.
She ran
Chelsea
okay in the
Danner's
Breeders'
horse,
Cup.
yeah.
I think she ran third. Was
I
she?
believe so.
Yeah, she actually ran really well, which does flatter her. I don't have a problem with the fact that Fedoro might be the one moving forward, and Deep Learning hasn't really moved forward off of that debut. I thought today she was the one to beat. I picked them 1-2. You have gone in a completely different direction.
Yeah, look, they're both, I just didn't love that race. But as you said, yeah, and I like ground support. I actually like ground support going. I thought that was a wide open race and had a big chance in the Breeders' Cup as well. But
Oh, you say that now. Just kidding. Who'd you give
Anyway.
out in your Breeders' Cup? Did
What's
you
that?
do a video for the Breeders' Cup? Did you?
No, I didn't because I was on
were
vacation.
yeah,
but,
me too. Really? Not like last year where you gave out the sprint winner.
yes, I would have. I individually did well. My multi-race tickets, if I had a stronger opinion on Nysos, that would have done really well. I
Really?
could have skinny
You didn't
things
think
elsewhere.
he was?
No, I thought, of course, I had.
Second horse ran super in there.
Yeah.
He's running again next year, by the way, Nysos.
No, it's good news.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah, I was glad to hear that. I like Nysos.
As for this race,
Bella knows.
Bella knows to me, I love, especially on the grass, I love two sprints stretching out for a first time for these young horses to a route of ground. Closing sprinter, we'll see. It doesn't always translate that you're a closer and you get more ground that pays off.
I hate this horse, just
But
so you're on record.
that's fine.
I despise this horse.
Okay. Does have the fastest race of anyone. That was sneaky good in that matron last time out. That was a pretty good group. That
I
she had
bet
to
Royal
deal with.
Testament in the Breeders' Cup
you?
juvenile turf sprint off that race. That did, to be fair, she did beat one horse, so she didn't finish dead last.
Yeah.
So it
Final
wasn't as
Cord
bad
ran
as my
well,
picks
too.
can be, but
Yeah.
it was up there.
Yeah.
Turns out they were right to make her 32 to 1
Yes.
there. I thought she was too big a price. I was wrong. She was too small a price.
But just a chance to be, not have to be a mile behind early in this race, and I think extra ground is going to suit her.
Okay. All right. Okay. After,
Why do you despise her so much?
Because I don't like Brad Cox stretching horses out. I don't think she's ever done any running in either of her races, and I think it's a better field. Other than that, I think she fits. I think she won her first race because it was a ridiculously fast pace that completely fell apart at the end, and I don't think she did any meaningful running in her last race at all. I watched the race. She broke a step slow, but she was too wide in the turn and angled out, and I thought she just did no running at all.
All right. I thought she did some running in the matron. I agree
Okay.
with you. Her debut I did not love, but I thought she took a big move forward.
She
in
got
that
a big
second
she
start.
got a big figure boost. I wondered if it was the field bringing her along, but we'll agree to disagree. I do want to talk about others. So let's talk about Getting Serious and Candy Moonshine. Because, I mean, Candy Moonshine came back to Wire Field, thought she was a legit winner in the next race, and it shook. I mean, Getting Serious could improve. I mean, she's not that far out of it. But I thought she had to improve a little bit to beat these.
Yeah, look,
She had a very good trip in here. Very
Yeah.
good ride from Sammy Moran.
I'm a little more intrigued by Candy Moonshine and her speed.
Okay.
I think she's interesting. But no, look, who knows who's going to step up and have matured a little bit in this as we get later in the year now as a 2-year-old. We're going to get to tie to time, I assume.
We are. We
Okay.
have to talk about Tyler. Jimmy Toner. I want to talk about
yeah.
Jimmy Toner.
I think this is a wide open race, and I think it's going to get bet heavily with the two that especially deep learning. It's going to get over bet.
Probably, yeah, I agree. I don't disagree. Chad coming off a very, very big meet at the Belmont, the Big A meet. Considerably better meet than he had in Saratoga. Sources were delivering. Saratoga won a lot of races. I've seen him have much better meets. I thought this was a very, very strong meet. Won at almost 30% or maybe even over. Tie to time. Has to get a little faster. And we'll take a look at the race from Laurel. The one thing I'll say is I don't mind that it has to get a little faster because it's not that much faster. And second-time starter, you know how much I feel about Jimmy Toner. My God, did this horse get a perfect trip.
Yes, she did.
That's what bothered me a little bit. She got such a delicious trip in here that I hate horses that win. Everything goes so well. I mean, she's okay, but I just wonder that trip was so good.
But she's got a big pedigree.
I like
She
time
did get
and
it done
motion,
first
dam.
time out. Yeah, her mom
liked
won
her.
to Lake Placid, the QE2 Cup.
It's a nice horse.
Second dam actually was very good on the dirt.
I did not look that up.
Yeah.
I did not look. I just remember time and
But
motion.
obviously
Who was the second
has-
name? It wasn't Graceful Darby or one of those too far back.
No, but I can't. Yeah, I didn't write her name down. She could wind up being very good. I mean,
Yeah.
you give extra credit to regardless winning first time out. It's
I don't disagree. I thought
pedigree.
a good trip or not, one first time out, big pedigree. She is definitely dangerous.
first one to run, by the way, out of that dam was a American Pharaoh.
Yes.
0 for 7.
Oh, okay. Usually those sort of families, those Phillips horses are runners. They have done such an incredible job with their breeding. Race number 7. So, I was surprised as we go to race 7 by David's line. I thought Margarita Molly was going to be favored, and that's why I didn't pick her. I went 8-7 because I thought the 7 would be short in the 8. Now, David's usually right, and I'm assuming David made the line. I didn't ask him if he didn't make this line, and maybe he didn't. But I don't know. I mean, Margarita Molly is stake-faced. She was engaged in the pace last time with O, who, had won the maiden first time out and ran well. She ran a bigger figure at Saratoga first time out. I thought she was the horse to beat in here, the 7.
I
We
agree.
both have her second. I think she's supposed to be favored. And frankly, if she's a bigger price than my horse, I would rather bet her than my horse. The one thing about my horse, Hot Currency, is I think she's going to be the speed with Flavien putting blinkers on. I think he's going to go, and I'm going to hope that makes the difference. But I'm scared of the 7. And the 10. You talk about the 10.
Yeah. So Absolute Smoke.
She beat my 8.
She debut. Yes, she did. Debut faced at Rena's Revenge from McPeak. We're going to see earlier in the card,
We are?
aren't we?
No, that's Schilling.
Sorry, Schilling. Then had to face, let me count the ways for Maker, who came back to win the Maid of the Mist by 6 lengths, improving a couple of buyer points with an 81 buyer. And I thought she actually did take a huge forward move in that start. And I know Hot Currency was 4th in there, but 4th about 3+
Yeah,
lengths
but I thought
back.
she would have had more room to improve, especially on the front end here. You don't like
I
the 8
just-
at all, the 8 at all, huh?
She is not. Her
fine.
speed makes her dangerous. Putting the blinkers on, she's got to show some life for me today because the first 2 starts she just is not. It's been early lick and then back up, and I haven't loved him.
Okay. All right. Well, we will disagree about that. I'm going to use 7s and 8s here. What about the 1, the firster for TT down the rail? A couple of the foals from the dam were runners, 2 of the 3. Manny's on that horse. I thought that horse might be a little interesting.
I
as a
thought the
first-time
5 was a little
starter.
interesting as a first timer.
Joel riding for Charlie. They won with the first in Saratoga, right? Together, they did.
Yeah, they won a
The
couple
slop,
on
they
the same
beat
card.
me. Beat that Jim horse that should have won. Charming Jim. Of course, he got badly left to finish second with Johnny. To them, yeah. No, I agree. No, I agree. Could be interesting. It's homebred for Sal.
And Are You Bluffing, who we both don't have, I think is one maybe to take a look at too. Kimmel runner, second-time starter.
I wish she had done some running in that race.
First foal to run out of Miss Buff, was a 3-time winner, including a New York Stallion Series race.
Was she a half to Mr. Buff?
No.
No? But she was buff. Okay, see what happens in race 7. Race number 8. Well, Gallant Greta is going to be a enormous favorite in this race. And we'll take a look at her last race. And if she runs her last race, Ticonderoga, she's going to win. No two ways about it. You can dress it up however you want. She ran very well in here. They were betting her, and they were right. You know what? I feel like they're rushing back with her in 12 days. It's like this race is here.
Yeah.
New York bred turf. The turf season's coming to an end. We're going to get one more race out of her. You know what? She'll probably win. But those kind of decisions sometimes have a way of backfiring. And that's why I'm going to try to beat her today.
No,
But her last
it's
race.
a
But
red flag for sure.
the other thing is, do we really love her off her other races? I think she's kind of the worst to beat up her other races, but I don't love her off her other
that
races.
puts her into a different stratosphere.
Yeah, right. She runs her last race. She's 1-9 to win this race. She can't lose. I don't want to try to move up Nona Lynn, though. I just don't like. Beating Tongue Twister to me is just like, eh.
You're not a Nona Lynn fan.
No, I'm not. I think she's gotten extremely good trips in her races, and she's just run okay.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't really like her. See, Money Grab. We'll take a look at Money Grab. Beating Snowy Evening for my friend Steve Christ. This is last year. This is finishing second to Midnight Concerto. Came from the clouds to win, I think, for Kenny.
Yeah.
She's got fast races. She's the one horse I thought that has races that she can compete with the Gallant Greta except for the Ticonderoga. And I found a stat for Horacio de Paz. 250-plus days on turf routes. He is 4 for 14 with a 534 ROI.
Wow.
So he's had horses come back with these big rests that have come back and run well. David did do the line today. He just said something funny to me. So I thought that, for a trainer that's had horses come back and run well, I thought she was the one horse you don't like her. You just don't like the layoff, or you just don't like her?
No, I think this is if Gallant Greta doesn't show up, it becomes a very wide open race. I thought there were several in it. Well, what do you mean? I have her fourth.
Okay.
She's one of the ones, but yeah.
She's the one I could use besides her. I'd love to see Snowy Evening run well. I'll say one thing on Snowy Evening. She didn't run that badly last time, and she was taken out of her game. She's not a horse that wants to be forward.
Snowy Evening?
I'm not saying that Javier
Yeah.
was wrong in doing it because the pace was moderate and he put her there, but she's better sitting a little bit.
She runs very good races. She usually just doesn't get there, right? And she leaves herself a little bit of work to do. But she consistently runs races that I think are going to put her usually in the mix against a field of this level.
And her
but-
fall races are often better than her other races. She seems to have during her
Yeah.
career some of her better running in the fall. I think she's not impossible. I've got her third too.
Yeah.
I agree. There's nobody else. I don't like Nona Lynn. I guess the other horse I could have was Can't Fool Me, but I don't know. She had her moment when she beat Gallant Greta, but she does have some good races.
Okay. In the outside, I don't see it with any of the outsides, 7 through 9.
No, they're not. But I will say something about Latest Edition. Latest Edition, as you may remember, I picked at 33-1 on July 18th, and she ran 7th. And you picked her the next week on August 6th. But what's amazing is Bertriel. How many times did I pick Bertriel?
Oh, my God.
I didn't look. I didn't know Bertriel was running the Meadowlands. Pay $8.
How
I
much?
would have $8. I would have won her. But the thing that killed me was the Latest Edition ran second. And if I had bet Bertriel, there's no way I wouldn't have the exact with her in second at 19-1. How could I not throw her in shipping over
100 to
there?
1, 66-1, I think.
Yeah.
Bertriel, a couple of victories. Yeah.
She's. I think she's running on Sunday, and I think I picked her if it's on the turf. Race number 9. Excuse me. Race number 9. Not a lot of form to go on in this race. I was hoping Princess Summer was run because I didn't like her.
Okay.
And I thought she'd take a lot of money, and I didn't want her, and now I end up with the favorite, and I don't like that. I just thought Ragna's getting a rider swaying to Manny Franco. She's been running against much better horses, and I just felt like Agnes needed a drop. That's why I picked her. She hasn't had great trips. She was super wide last time out. Last time, 8:23, the last time she went long. She was out in the middle of the racetrack the entire way around, and I just thought there's a new face in this race. With the 8 scratch, though, she's going to be favored, so no great shakes there.
Perfectly summed up. I mean, those are the reasons to like her for sure. I with the 7, Vino Samara,
Better last time.
Hennig, Lescano. I love anything Lescano's on the turf. I immediately upgrade, but she's been really late in her 3-year-old season now. She seems like she is peaking, dropped into this level last start, and I think sneaky good race compared to, as distant as she was in that 3rd place effort, where she's paired up efforts and run 2 of the faster races, really outside of the 8 who scratched, where I think she is primed to take a step forward today. Routing on the turf has been I think she's shown that's absolutely what she wants to do, and she just got to do it her last 2 starts.
I don't disagree. The problem I have with it is I think she's a better horse forward. And with Inflammable in here and Proud Mary, she's going to have to rate comfortably. And I wonder if she's a better horse if she can be in a somewhat of a controlling position. That's what I'm worried about with her. I don't disagree with any of the other stuff. Yeah. I assume David had the 8. What price did he have?
4-1.
He didn't have her favored. My horse was favored anyway. So the odds don't change that much. Is Temple City Taboo really going to be 10-1 in here?
I think this horse is a major player.
I think she's a very obvious horse in here. She's running against better horses last time. It's a little bit wide. Didn't run that badly. I thought she made a lot of sense here. She's running against the boys. No, she's not. She didn't run against. I thought she'd run against the boys, actually. I thought a race in Saratoga made her a real player in this race.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I thought she was very
That's a
dangerous.
big drop from that last start.
Yeah. And we have the 4 in there as well, Proud Mary. I was mostly 3s and 5s. I'm going to use 3s and 5s. So you like the 7.
Okay.
All right.
I like this card a lot.
Yeah, I think it's a fun card.
Very good.
Card tomorrow's great. Saturday's card's great. Hope people take a chance to look. Really fun racing. November's a terrific month here. We have 1 more week of turf racing after this week, and we'll have a 5-day race week next week also. Head over to Naira Bets. Use the promo code BONUS200. We'll match the $200 of your initial deposit. We have a $40 feeder contest. You have to post time tomorrow to sign up for that. Get all the information in the contest at nairabets.com/contest. $15 bonus. Bet 75 or more at Aqueduct and Churchill. If you're playing Churchill and Aqueduct, opt in for that. And what else do we have? I didn't get it in, but it leaned. It's leaning between the 2 garbage cans. It's kind of an amazing.
Like
I couldn't do
on
that
the
again.
lip.
But if I tried to do that, I don't think I could spend the rest of my life.
Almost a great shot.
No, Eddie, I'm telling you, it's a legendary shot. Don't laugh. You should probably show it. 12 to 4:30 on FS2, covering all the action here and some action from our friends at Horseshoe Indy.
Yes. May have Rachel McLaughlin on. We're not sure.
We're not sure.
No.
Is she not? Is she okay?
I think she's not. Her voice, struggling with her voice today.
Okay.
A lot of people are right now. This cold weather kicking in.
Really?
I am.
I'm tough, so it's not. I actually had a cold earlier in the week. We're done. Chris Griffin's not. He's just getting started. He's up next. The reprise, scratch and changes. Have a great day.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing. Get expert picks. Boost your bankroll with weekly promotions and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your $200 deposit match bonus. You bet with Naira Bets.